Okie dokes, we are going back in Nightmare Zone, episode 95. Yes, episode 95. Just got done recording episode 7 for State of Decay 1 Yosei. Aggravated in that game that I still can't get into the base. I really want to show you in the State of Decay 1 how the buildings worked and whatnot, but I just cannot get the survivors need to move into the base. But anyways, we're going to be talking about State of Decay 2 here. So what's going on in this episode? We are going to finish up the bounties. We've got to kill 4 more Plague Hearts in melee combat, which should not be a problem at all with a little bit of scent block, a halfway decent melee weapon, and probably a flamethrower or the pyro launcher in order to deal with those pesky ferals. But that is about it.
Come help an old man out.
Apparently we're extremely low on supplies, which is annoying. If we call for any supplies, we can just kind of leave them here while we're out doing things. We do need materials. Okay, Ladislaw, are you still equipped?
Interested?
You sure are.
I'm here with materials and ready to trade.
He is ready to fight. Alright, let's go and bash some Plague Hearts. And this vehicle is really beat up. All these vehicles are really beat up. Let's go ahead and use this one. Wait, is it not properly kitted? It's not. Let's go ahead and equip it first. Go ahead and put one of those in, one of these in, and one of those in. So let me just use one of these to quickly make it look a little less ghetto. Don't worry, we will be prioritizing those Plague Hearts. People are obsessed with Plague Hearts. It's like the only thing these AI computer guys give a crap about is, oh my god, like the Plague Hearts, oh, I can't sleep at night. Like, what do you guys, like, I don't even know, what do you, like, paladins? Like, role-playing paladins or something can't go to sleep if there's one undead within, like, 50 miles of you? I don't get it. You guys never shut. I'm surprised they don't continue talking about Plague Hearts after you've wiped them all out. We need to change regions and kill some Plague Hearts. Okay, scent block's on. These guys need to leave me alone.
Here for a job. Time to do it.
So apparently we can just last hit the Plague Heart.
Gotta be a better way to kill this thing.
By that I mean, we are allowed to just beat it up with a different weapon and then try to finish it off. That is a legal strategy, and it will still count as a kill. What is this? What is this guy? How is he not dead? There we go. Get back to it. Smacky wacky.
Okay, I think it's on the...
Before the outbreak, all I've heard was the government can't do nothing right. Now you want them to bail us out? They the ones that got us into this mess.
Apparently we got another feral here. Don't know where. Somewhere in there. He's getting a little... Oh! Oh, again! Okay, well, we should be able to finish it off now. Okay. Let's take this. Let's take these. Let's take those. I don't want that. I'll take these. And I'll leave the rest. Because we still got more to kill. In fact, we're only halfway done. Okay, next target is going to be this one. So since we'll be able to destroy these and collect the bounties with time to spare, we're also going to go out and just start using some of the weapons so that we can just see how they perform. Now, I suspect that they're going to be weapons. I mean, they're weapons. But, you know, we might as well use them for a bit. Why the heck not? Probably enough time on the scent block to kill 2 at a time before we'll have to put a new one on.
I can still hear them crawling around. I'm barely hurting it.
Going ham on this thing. We know that Feral's got to be somewhere around there. Gas is cleared up pretty quick. Kind of trapped between the fire, the feral, and the gas. Gas should clear up any moment. Don't set me on fire, you jerks. Yeah, it's the end of him. Let's go find the feral. There he is. The nosy feral. Maybe I should have brought more pyro launcher ammo. Alrighty, I'll take these. Let's go and just use both of those. I'll take those because we could probably just throw those on the feral to burn them some more. Put this away and off we go to the third location. This one here looks as good as any. Plus it will be in the... I don't remember that. I don't remember that car being like... propped up on, or like caught on the hitch on the trailer. Maybe I'm just unobservant, or I just never made a note of it. Ah, here's our location. So I'm guessing, like, I haven't been timing it, but I have an internal clock, an internal sense that our scent block is going to wear off in the middle of this. Oh, what do you know? Here it is. So let's just wait inside the car. That's interesting. The sound waves are going in this, like, oval shape right now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Scent block is causing them to not even attack the vehicle.
About time someone raised.
There we go. Okay, we're gonna need some of this stuff.
Barely hurting it.
Oh, come on, get off of me. We gotta cure ourselves. I want to stare at these guys and then cure myself. Look at that. They just, like, completely despawn. Well, now you know what happens, like, why the combat seems to go away. Kind of a cheap way to get rid of enemies if you don't want to fight them, to be honest.
This'll take forever. I need a better plan.
Surprised that this weapon has been holding up as well as it is. I figured it would need a repair. Oh, looks like the feral made the awful choice of going into the area I was already burning.
Come, hear me out.
Okay, I think it's on the ropes.
Get another feral, I guess. This one sounded like it was over there, but... Oh! Gosh, leave me alone, you jerks. Oh, wow, I went in too quickly. Let's heal myself real quick. Give him a little more. Reload, let's take... I was hoping to get a med kit here, that would have been nice. But we're still good. I'll take that, though. Nothing like a little bit of repair on our vehicle. Go to the final one, which will be this one here. I mean, why not? Looks like it'll be nice out in the open. Plus, it's very close to Cache Beaumont already. Now, if you want to do this challenge, I definitely would recommend weakening the Plague Art with some other weapon and then beating it up with your melee combat. That would definitely be a more efficient way of doing this. Looks like we took the wrong turn, so we are kind of going through the mountain pass, which is annoying. That means we now have to go down from the mountain pass. And who knows what happens when you drive down these really rocky areas. Fortunately... there we go. That's the standard Fox entry, standard, one of the standard methods of attacking a Plague Art, no big deal.
Almost out.
I think we're gonna be okay for a while.
This'll take forever. I need a better plan.
Where did that feral go? Get burned! Let's throw the, some of that on them too. Here you go. Get a little bit of that fuel bomb on them.
Okay, I think it's on the ropes.
Really? Okay, now to finish this off. That's the end of that. I'll definitely take more of these. Of course, this is blocking my vision, so I don't know what I'm looting.
How am I supposed to carry
That's fine. It's all good. Go beat this guy up. Why can't I execute him? Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button.
That won't work.
I'm pushing the wrong button again. I'm using the State of Decay 2 execute, or State of Decay 1 execution. Wow, this weapon is still holding together. That's pretty impressive. Okay, now back to Cash Beaumont. And switch to a less broken weapon.
Make yourself at home.
Step 2 is to deal with the zombies that have inevitably heard that. Okay, no, it's right trigger and X to execute.
They're just gonna get worse.
Yeah, we don't have the inventory to actually accept this stuff, so let's drop some of this stuff on the ground. Let's use one of these. And what else can we do? Let's just take these for, let's take the, I need to drop something. What's the least important? Let's just drop one of these and get more stims. Here we are. So we got the Mr. Dart, the 986.
Seems that fate has chosen to smile on us for a change.
You got the Doomsday Carbine and Trailblaze X2K. Is there something else we can drop? Let's refuel. We can put this on the ground. We take this out.
Weight's gonna slow me down.
And then what we can do is refuel. And then we can pick the stims and the scent block back up. Okay, the scent block, the stem. And now to head back to base. We have officially completed all of the bounties. So compared to last time, I think it actually took the same number of episodes. I can't remember if it took 3 episodes or 4 episodes to get all the bounties last time. So it took, either way, it took a pretty similar amount of time. Probably the hardest one is honestly the bounty of just building a crap load of bullets, unless you just had a whole bunch of supplies already on hand. Oh man. Oh. Suddenly hit with a wave of fatigue. But that was the most time-consuming one, so If you haven't done them yet, definitely a good idea to think about grabbing all the ammo you can.
Come here, will ya?
Because that one was really time consuming. The other one's not too bad. I imagine the explosives ones would have been a lot harder if we didn't have the grenade launcher. Finding an explosive weapon that actually kills zombies reliably in one hit, that's kind of hard to do, because like I said, the pipe bomb, it mainly maims the zombies. Yeah, it'll kill the ones that are like right underneath the explosion, but for the most part, the pipe bomb basically just blasts their legs off. And I can imagine a lot of the other ones would be even worse, like the soda can bombs probably perform even worse. I mean, you could try some of the bigger ones, like the C4. I imagine the C4 wouldn't be too bad, but it also sounds like it would be pretty expensive. But perhaps you're also in a situation where expenses aren't as relevant. It's also a possibility. So that's what I think. Now we're actually going to get the chance to use these guns. Let's drop all this crap off.
Okay, that should do it. Have fun unpacking.
Bell Club did surprisingly well. I mean, like, I already knew its performance, but I didn't think it would stay that durable.
Dear Diary, today is the day we finally got our shit together.
Let's go ahead and put this guy on guard duty. Since he's probably going to get tired soon, and anyway, he's got these injuries that he needs to recover from. So who do we want to use? Probably, let's start out with our leader, I think. Do we have anyone else with striking? Striking. Ah, here we go. Here's someone with striking. How did we lose so many characters with striking? I must have respecialized some of them. Or they just never learned the skill. Okay, let's put some of this crap away. Gonna reposition that. Actually, let's use energy drinks because they're cheaper. So let's bring out the tow hitch club. Fortunately, they are marked. Here it is, the tow hitch club. And let's go ahead and use, let's just go with the first one that we see. The G45 Flat Dark Earth. And let's go ahead and put a silencer on it. This is the wrong tab for silencers. This is also not the right tab for silencers. There we go. G45 Flat Dark Earth. And the tow hitch club. Let's also bring a pyro launcher for security against ferals. This one is fine. Reload it. Okay. So first up, we've got the tow hitch club. Let's see the stats on it. It's got a 50% impact, which is pretty normal. It's got 0 dismember. That's also not uncommon for a blunt weapon. Lethality is a little more than nothing, but also pretty common for these kinds of weapons. Speed is okay. Easy use is decent. Quietness about what you'd expect. Knockdown is okay. Like, it's could be a little higher. We would like to see a higher impact or knockdown, and durability is not particularly good looking. And here's how the weapon looks. Looks like it's maybe a wooden handle that has been fitted into the actual hitch. The hitch itself kind of reminds me of like a giant door knocker, or a giant doorknob rather. But this is the weapon, and then over here we've got the G45 Flat Dark Earth. You can see it on my hip. It's got that kind of sandy tan color. I mean, it does have the let's take that off real quick. So there it is without the silencer. It's got the same kind of color scheme as the Echo weapons, which I'm gonna try to get transferred in today. Hopefully my friend's available for it.
We've earned their trust. Somehow.
While we're here, we might as well buy these.
Want to trade?
Why not?
Definitely need to restock our base after all of those expenses.
Let's make a deal.
Why not?
Go ahead and call in probably the food trader next. Yep. While they're arriving, we can just go do something else. Like, we don't need to wait for them.
Someone's on our doorstep.
Let's go clear out some of these infestations. That's going to be, I think, our first
I'm here with food for trade.
weaponry test. I don't know why I took this vehicle, but we're already driving, so whatevs. I love doing that. Interesting sound it makes, even while suppressed. Right now, my own personal aim is failing me. Oh, that's not the execution command. So this does not have the ability to zoom or anything, so you do need to get a little closer.
Yeah, that'll keep you quiet.
I don't know why my aim is so off today. I don't think that was a kill shot, so he's going to get back up. We'll have to try to prevent him from screaming. Got him that time. The weapon, the sound effects on the weapon seem identical to whether it's silenced or not, but one of the things about guns in general is in Nightmare Zone, they're just louder than normal. Like, even silenced, they still make more noise than typical. So far my feel of this weapon is, it's pretty much just a pistol. I mean, you could tell, you should be able to see yourself. It doesn't have any special, its special feature is that it's a different color. I mean, this weapon, it doesn't have a scope or anything like that. The crosshair is pretty open, meaning you do need to close the distance a decent bit in order to have a reliable headshot. Hit this next infestation. Yeah, that looks like the building right there. Let's use the towage club on these guys. Ah, we got this awful execution that you just wish you'd never get it. So far it seems to knock the enemies down in one hit, which is, that's a good thing. It means it's got just enough knockdown.
Thing's gonna fall apart. Looks like we've taken care of that.
The weapon is starting to break down, about what you'd expect though. Like, I'm not gonna hold that against it. Pistols just are load their ability. That said, it's obviously, it does mean that the weapon is gonna be less reliable in general due to durability issues. So overall, I would say the G45 Flat Dark Earth, it's really not that great of a weapon. It's just a pistol with a different color scheme. Which is too bad, since they could have made it a more interesting pistol. They could have put a sight on it or something. They could have given it a maybe burst fire as an option. Anything they could have done. There's so many things they could have done to make the weapon more interesting, but as it stands, it's a gun. That's really all I can say about it. Let's head back and re-equip. Bring out a different weapon to try out. I think he got stuck in the car geometry, which means we get a free headshot.
Run me.
Watch out, I saw a plague zombie.
Ourselves a plague horde over there. Maybe we can go have fun with them.
That was loud.
Okay, let's put this weapon back in. And let's see, let's just pull out the next weapon on the list. It's this here, M-Dart. The M-Dart revolver. This uses 9mm rounds, so once again, this is another 9mm type weapon. Let's go ahead and bring out a break, since we're going to be fighting those juggernauts. We are running out of ammo, unfortunately. Or are we? We can punch a little bit of 9mm rounds out. Okay, so here we've got the, actually, let's repair our melee weapon. And let's also pull this off. So here we've got the M-Dart revolver. M-Dart, I believe, stands for Mr. Dart, who is, I think, a State of Decay streamer. Pretty ordinary looking revolver. The stats are about what you'd expect. It's got maximum durability because it's invulnerable. Pretty ordinary stats. Putting the brake on it bumps it up to nearly maximum strength. But it's also a very loud weapon, so that is a disadvantage. Where'd those juggernauts go? They were just here a moment ago. Not as loud of a sound effect as I was expecting. Let's see how long it takes to reload this damn thing. Yeah, it's a revolver. It's about what you'd expect.
We've got a yard sale going. Come see us.
Time to reload.
Looks like our special delivery girl is not feeling too good. Oh god. So one of the problems with using this gun is it's super loud, so it's just going to constantly cause more zombies to attack. Which I guess is not necessarily a bad thing. That's kind of what we want at the moment.
Loader.
I can't hit, despite all the zombies' heads all being right next to each other, we still can't score hits because we're not close enough. Setting me on fire, thank you very much. They're like they're actually invading our tower.
We'll talk later.
Want to trade?
Sure, sounds good.
Okay, let's actually buy some stuff now. So overall, the impression I'm getting from the M-Dart is that it's not a very good weapon just because it's a revolver, and revolvers are generally bad weapons. And that's because, especially in Nightmare Zone, they simply make too much noise. They're one of like the loudest things in the game. It's like basically every time you pull the trigger, you're just creating your own zombie. And, I mean, it doesn't have any other features to it that make it a different kind of revolver. It's not... I mean, aside from, I guess, being a 9mm revolver, that's its only real unique quality, but I think all that really does is remove some of the uniqueness of the backup boss. So let's put that one away. Wasn't impressed with that one. In fact, I'd overall say that using that weapon is likely to make the game harder, because it is actually a counterproductive weapon. So we're going to take the really crappy handmade suppressor off and sell that. This is another 9mm weapon, so let's go ahead and get a real silencer on it. It's very important that we do that as well because a crappy silencer is going to quickly degrade the durability of the weapon. We want to make sure we're getting the best quality silencer on it we can. While we got this trader, it kind of makes me wonder if I've got anything to sell to her real quick. Oh yeah, we do. Let's put some of this crap away. Pull it out later, that'll clear up our inventory a bit.
Are you up for some trading?
Sure, sounds good.
100, 100, 100, 134. Pretty good, actually. So here we have the, let's take this off so we can see it a bit better. This is, the Trail, what is it called? The Trailblaze X2K. It's named after the Blaze Experience, who's a State of Decay streamer. And, basically, the main thing is that this is this actually should be a really good weapon. It's a 9mm carbine style weapon, meaning it's a lightweight, kind of light duty weapon. It's got this great scope. That's a very high quality scope that's bringing you to pinpoint accuracy. Has a little bit of wobble, like I'm not pressing my analog or anything. That's just the natural sway. So got to be a little more of a pain to aim at enemies that are at a further distance. But overall, I suspect it'll be the best weapon of the bunch. Simply because it's got everything else going for it. What's its durability? Durability is acceptable. Put the silencer back on it, and get the rest of our gear back out. The fact that it's a 9mm weapon is also to its benefit, as it is very good. That is one of the cheaper bullets in the game. So you're not going to go not going to bankrupt your ammo supplies constantly trying to refill it. And like I said, I suspect its only real weakness is going to be that there's a decent amount of aim sway on it. So we got some more infestations down here, so let's go take care of some of them. Another thing I like about this weapon, it's got a very large magazine. 30 rounds is quite good. Oh, there's the Juggernauts. I guess they went over a little bit. Let's go ahead and head back and thin these guys out. No reason not to. Now, of course, you still need aim. Didn't think they'd get up that quickly. Okay, first we'll thin out all of the Juggernaut's little buddies. The wobble is definitely noticeable, even though there's... So, like, if I was using, like, the police sniper rifle, this wouldn't be a big deal.
Take care.
Definitely very good at closer ranges, like kind of that close to mid-ish range.
Stay back from the stake.
So we actually got the attention of just one of them. Great accuracy by our allies there. Oh, looks like he damaged my car a bit. Unfortunate. What happened? Got canceled out of my animation. Obviously using up a decent amount of ammo to bring down the Juggernaut, but...
Last magazine.
Well, I guess things maybe aren't all bad.
Oh, got him. So, pinpoint accurate, but definitely a lot of sway. That seems to be what counterbalances the weapon. Go ahead and lure the other Juggernaut in and start beating him up. Oh, I thought he was going for a grab rather than a slam. Okay, hit him 3. That's his 3rd knockback, so that means he'll go down next time. Interesting that it's not creating his special effects for the plagued ground. Baited out the swing that time rather than just going for it.
No more ammo here.
Out of ammo? I'd say that's a good enough trial for the weapon. Overall, I think it's a pretty good weapon. It's, I think its main disadvantage is that, I mean, one thing that was nice is that it wasn't breaking down. It was able to withstand the damage of the weapon during the trial. Also helps that we had a pretty good silencer on it. But overall, I do think it's a pretty good weapon. Go ahead and reload it. Got kind of a... Not crazy about the weird cartoonish color. Makes it look like a Nerf gun, but if you want something a little more colorful, that's certainly an option. At any rate, that's going to be the end of this episode because it's turning nighttime, and I want it to be daytime for us to try all of the different weapons out. The Towage Club is performing a little better than I thought. I wasn't sure how much knockdown it would have needed in order to actually knock things down reliably. Like, if we compare it to other weapons, like, we could see that it does have, like, a lot less durability. Compared to the Crow's Beak, once again, less durability, similar easy use, whereas the Crow's Beak has way more dismemberment and lethality, which is why the Crow's Beak's more of a hybrid, kind of between a blunt and a bladed weapon. Freedom Ringer, once again, just killing it on durability. That's one of the big weaknesses here. And you could see that the you don't need lethality, like unless you're the Crow's Beak, where you actually have a decent amount of lethality, like about 50%, then you don't need the amount that the Freedom Ringer has, whereas maximum durability, even less, even better ease of use, and more knockdown, which is really good. Transmission Mace, terrible ease of use. I wouldn't recommend using this weapon too much. Same with the L6 Steel Mace, basically just a better version of this weapon, but the L6 Steel Mace is a pretty rare weapon, so I guess that makes sense. Oversized Mallet, better knockdown, but not very good ease of use, very similar to the Transmission Mace. And I don't see the, let's compare it to some of these. Metal Nightstick, I would say that this is better than Nightstick because you want more knockdown than that. Like, it has more durability, but it's like you're going to be beating the crap out of the enemies so much because you're not going to be able to knock them down. Say the Riot Club. Riot Club, absolutely terrible blunt weapon. Wouldn't really advise using it. Yes, it's got a bit more lethality, but durability is really low, and the ease of use is also it's like even lower than this, so it's just not good. Police Riot Club, also really not good. Don't know where the Cleo Mace is. Someone else must be using it. I think it's actually Ladislaw. We'll compare the stats another time. But overall, I would say this is a pretty average weapon. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's also still not what I would consider a good. It's, I'd just consider it a normal weapon. Let's go ahead and load them up with the weapon we'll be using in the next episode, though, and that's going to be... There it is, the MPX.
Every community's gotta have some ground rules. Personally, I can't abide a whiner. I got no time for complaining. It's about time someone like Red Talon brought back law and order around here.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and we'll be using the MPX. Next time, it's got to be daytime, though. Like I said, I don't want to use these weapons at night where you can't really see them. Let's go ahead and get it equipped, though. We're going to need more ammo than that, so I'm going to go ahead and get the Magnum ammo press out, because that's the type of munition that this weapon uses. The unusual 357 rounds. Pyro launcher. Let's use this one. There we go. Oops, I did not mean to waste the medicine like that. That was stupid. But yeah, that's going to be that. We are going to use the rest of these weapons probably in the next episode when I get some more daylight. I'll call in some more supplies because we were back up to 7,000 influence. And yeah, we'll continue using it and I'll tell you what I think about them. And yeah, oh man, look at that, record times. It's 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, I was checking to see if my friend was online to see if he would transfer the weapons for me. It looks like he's not online, though. I'll try to get those transferred, though, pretty soon, within the next episode or two, hopefully, because we'll still have an episode of me using these go-bag weapons. But hey, that's the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State K2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.